Karen's audacity had reached an all-time high. She tried to sue me for fishing in my own lake, believing she had the authority to dictate access to waters she had no legal claim over. What she didn't know was that I owned the lake outright, and not only that, I had complete legal control over its use. Titan and Max were stationed strategically around the dock and shoreline, alert and taut, while the rest of the K-9 squad patrolled the perimeter, creating a silent but unyielding presence. The morning sun reflected off the water as Karen stormed down the path, papers waving wildly. "You can't fish here. This is HOA property. I'm calling the cops," she shouted, her voice cracking with indignation. I stepped onto the dock, calm and deliberate, Titan and Max flanking me with muscles coiled and eyes locked on the intruder. "Karen," I said, my voice carrying across the lake, "this water is privately owned. You have no legal right to interfere, and any attempt to do so will be treated as harassment and trespassing." Her eyes widened as she scanned the area. Titan growled low, Max mirrored him, and the rest of the K-9 squad fanned out, covering every approach to the shoreline. Karen's confidence began to waver. Her usual bluster had no effect against preparation, authority, and trained enforcement. Karen fumbled with her phone, dialing 911 repeatedly, hoping law enforcement would intervene in her favor. She had no idea I had preemptively alerted the local authorities of potential trespassing and harassment. Every call she made was logged, tracked, and ultimately useless. Moments later, officers arrived, not because of her calls, but because of mine. They stepped onto the property, assessing the scene. The lake secured, the K-9's information, and my legal documentation proving ownership. One officer addressed her firmly, "Ma'am, this is private property. Any attempt to interfere is illegal. You have no standing here." Karen's face went pale. She tried to argue, waving her HOA paperwork, but her claims were irrelevant. Titan and Max advanced slightly, synchronized, growls resonating through the morning air, while the rest of the K-9 squad subtly adjusted their positions, forming an unbroken perimeter. Karen froze, realizing her audacity had led her into a situation she could not control. In a final, desperate act, Karen tried to step closer, but Titan's growl deepened, Max mirrored him, and the squad subtly shifted to block her every move. She muttered threats under her breath, her confidence shattered. Defeated, she retreated to her SUV, muttering incoherently, while officers ensured she could not return. By mid-morning, the lake was calm, my dock intact, and the lesson clear. HOA rules, arrogance, and entitlement mean nothing against law, preparation, and loyal enforcement. Neighbors walking by whispered in awe. "She actually tried to stop him from fishing in his own lake?" one said. I smiled faintly. She underestimated authority, preparation, and the loyalty of trained K-9s. That's a mistake you only make once. I filed a counterclaim and permanently closed off any HOA interference. The lake was now legally and physically untouchable to Karen and her minions. Titan lounged by the dock, Max patrolled the shoreline, and the rest of the squad maintained silent observation. Authority on my property was absolute, leaving no room for entitlement, intimidation, or HOA nonsense. Karen's failed attempt became a cautionary tale in the neighborhood. Never interfere with property you don't own, and never underestimate someone who controls the law, the land, and the loyalty of elite K-9s. My lake, my peace, and my authority remained fully intact, stronger than ever, as the sun shimmered on the water.